Good afternoon, Professor and fellow classmates. Today we're here to talk about gun control and how we are in favor of it. What we're going to do is we're going to go out on the street and we're going to go around campus into a few bookstores and we're going to interview people off the street and find out how they stand on gun control, whether they're in favor of it or not, and just basically what they think about the entire process. How's it going? I'm Ross. Nice to meet you. Okay, so today we're doing interviews on gun control, and we just want to find out what your opinion is and how you stand. So my first question for you is, do you know what the Second Amendment is to the Constitution? You don't know. Well, in the Constitution, the Second Amendment is defined as a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Basically, what this means is that people have the right to keep and own guns if you live in the United States. Now, after hearing this amendment, do you feel that this is important to the safety and security of our country? To own a gun or no?
Well, I think that we don't have to own a gun because I feel like that was made back in the days when I guess security wasn't as immediate, but I feel like now we have it's unnecessary.
It's unnecessary. That's interesting because in 2004 it was reported that over 29,000 people fell victim to gun violence, murders, and deaths. You support gun control? The control of guns. You support it, meaning that you support tougher regulations and laws to make it people more difficult to buy guns.
Yeah.
You support that. Okay. And do you think that so far gun control has been working or not really?
I think that there could be stricter gun control, but I don't know because I feel like that if there was stricter gun control, then people wouldn't be able to get guns as much. So then there would be less need for guns for both victims and victimizers, I guess.
Right. So you think that it'd be better if there's tougher controls that way? People wouldn't feel forced to buy guns, whether to protect themselves or to attack other people.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. Hi, I'm Ross. As you know, we're doing interviews for gun control, and we wanted to ask you a few questions. That'd be great. One question for you. Do you know what the Second Amendment to the Constitution is?
The right to bear arms.
Correct. And do you feel that this amendment is important to the safety and security of our country?
I think anything that's in the Constitution being upheld is important to the safety of our country.
Okay. Well, in 2004, it was reported that over 29,000 people fell victim to gun violence. Do you think that by taking away this amendment or by placing stronger gun controls that might not happen in the future?
No, I don't think that the law banning guns is going to prevent deaths because the criminal element is still going to get guns.
Okay. So you're in support of gun control or you're against it?
I'm in support of certain types of gun control. I don't believe assault weapons should be available to the general public.
Okay.
But I do believe in a person's right to bear arms.
Okay. And do you think that so far gun control in our country has worked or not really?
No, because I don't think there's been appropriate laws or waiting periods.
Okay. And if you could create a law or some type of policy to better enforce gun control, what would you do?
I would have a waiting period so that a specified and solidified background check could be done to make sure there's no criminal background on the person who's purchasing it. I'd also restrict the types of firearms that an individual can buy unless they can show reason that they need a specific type of firearm.
Okay. And that's it. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Do you know what the Second Amendment to the Constitution is?
Everybody has a right to bear arms.
Yeah, that's correct. Do you feel the amendment is important to the safety and security of our country?
That depends how you interpret it, because there's a dual viewpoint. One viewpoint is, like, say, in a major metropolitan area, you cannot have people walking around the street with guns. On the other hand, there is that sense of self-defense. Let's say somebody lives in a nice settled area, more of a rustic area. People do feel more secure if they have guns. Now, there is some controversy regarding, even in a major metropolitan area, let's say you have these episodes of people kill 20 people in school. They say if somebody would have had a gun, they could have shot somebody like that. So there are a lot of things that can be controversial and for which you need heuristic evidence. You don't have any heuristic evidence. It means you need to sort of experiment. People often claim they have answers for the fact. For example, let's say they had no gun control in New York City. Is it a fact that the murder rate will go up? We might assume it. Many people assume it, but it's not a fact. It's the kind of thing you have to see what actually happens. You have to get the data out after it occurs. So a lot of the concepts we have, they seem to make sense, but we're not actually sure unless something occurs.
Okay. Do you support gun control?
Yeah, it depends.
Okay,
on the
depends, all right,
circumstances.
like you said.
I would think that in an area like major cities, yes.
Okay.
I would think in areas that are more rustic, no.
Okay. Do you think that gun control works? Do you think it's worked like
I
so
think it
far?
probably works in a major metropolitan area.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yep. Thank you.
According to the 1997 survey of the state prison inmates, among those possessing a gun, the source of the gun was 2% from a flea market, 12% from a retail store, and 80% from an illegal street buy. Fact number 2. In 2004, 10,650 people in the U.S. were killed by firearms. However, in England, only 74 people were killed. In America, the murder rates are drastically larger compared to a country with strict gun control laws.
According to the National Crime Victimization Survey in 2005, 477,040 victims of violent crimes stated that they faced an offender with a firearm. The FBI estimates that 2/3 of the 16,137 murders in 2004 were committed by firearms.
Last year, the FBI estimated that there were over 200 million guns in the United States. Of those, over 30% of them were obtained illegally.
Over the course of this video, you've heard people's opinions and now you know the facts. Our opinion remains the same. Gun control is necessary for a safe and secure nation. Thank you.